Here we go. Back to e4 in Chess Lover. Playing a Sicilian. Okay, we got the knight c6 Sicilian. Oh, then he plays knight f6. So this could be a Sveshnikov or a Kalashnikov, I guess they call this, because he didn't prevent my knight from jumping in here. Oh, no, this is a Sveshnikov. So what do I do here? I think I need to bring the bishop out right away. Otherwise, there's trouble here. With the push in the center, yeah, you have to secure a spot for the knight so that there's no fork. So that's the importance of that pin. And now, I think you normally take with the bishop. I always have a bit of trouble remembering it because I'm not sure why. I guess the idea is the bishop is not so great there. And you have a really good knight. So if you get rid of the knight, you can just leave this knight here. And normally they move the bishop here. But I just want to get castled now, I think. Okay, now he moves the bishop there. Let's castle. And then I'll work on getting this knight back into the game. Aha, he's going to undermine my knight by pushing a pawn. I will take because, yeah, the knight's all right. It's not going anywhere. It's not under fire, and it's protected by the queen even. So I could bring this knight back. He wants to do that. Okay, let's get rid of that knight. I can put the other knight there. It's going to trade that up too. And maybe I'll push the c-pawn instead. So now, okay, before if he took, I was going to take back with a piece. Now if I keep taking, I'll end up with an isolated pawn here. See, this is under fire, but it's defended. I think I have a slightly better structure. Yeah, I thought he couldn't do that. Is there a problem with this move? Now he's got the isolated pawn, but it's passed, so pros and cons. And he has the bishop pair. So bishop takes, rook takes, pawn takes. Am I getting mated with a quick attack here? Why don't I bring my queen out anyway, just to be on the safe side. Yeah, he was definitely looking at that mate in the corner, but I don't think he can get there. Ah, I see. If I lift up this pawn to block his queen, he can take my bishop. So I'll step aside with the knight. Queen will come in here with check. I'll step aside with the rook. Where do I want to go? Queen will come in here, check. I move the king. Queen can come here, check. Move the king to this open file. Puts his rook check. I can run here and here. I mean, it's nice to put my rook somewhere where it's defended. And actually doing something. Ooh, maybe this is a problem. Yeah, he just puts his rook there. Okay, I block with the bishop. Guess that's okay. So I could repeat. I could take this pawn. Defend this pawn. Threaten the bishop too. So, exploiting the pin. Is there a problem here though? Yeah, I guess it'll be a trade of queen for rook and bishop. Don't really want that. Although this is kind of a weakening move too. So I go here, he checks, I step there. Queen can... I don't know what the queen can do. I don't see much. If I threaten his rook, I'll be threatening mate. That's something to keep in mind. So the bishop wants to go there. Yeah, why don't we threaten the rook and see if he's paying attention. I go here. Queen goes there, check. I can actually just interpose the queen too. Okay, so he stepped there with the queen, defending the rook. Okay, where are the checks? There is no check. Let's lift my rook. The queen can take the bishop because of this pin, but if the queen takes the bishop, I'll take the rook. Nice. Okay, yeah, he was setting up a tactic, but it backfired. I like that. I like it when that happens. Okay, let's see if we can get another game. Maybe we'll play a rapid game this time. Here we go, Paris Papek, 2011. Okay. We just had a Sicilian. Let's do something different. French, Scandinavian. He aborted. Okay. Weird. I mean, it's a rapid game, so he couldn't have gotten impatient with me just because I was thinking about the first move. That's just weird. Okay, KP22, your turn. Okay, E4 again. So as I was saying, I we just played a Sicilian, so what should I play that's different? Yeah, maybe we'll do e4, e5. I don't know if I've done... Well, I had one recently, didn't I? Oh, but this is different. This is not a Ruy Lopez. This is a Scotch game. That's why I like the e4, e5 openings. There's such a variety. But sometimes they just play the same old Italian game. It gets tiring. So I'm happy to see an alternate approach. I don't think the exchanges are particularly good. It leaves me with kind of a funny looking pawn structure, but an open file for my rook and more center influence. How do I want to arrange my pieces here? Okay, there's different things I could try. I think putting a pawn here to stop this from coming forward and developing the knight to attack it is definitely a good idea. And then after that, with the pawn here, I could put the bishop here and this pawn here. I'd have a dark squared diamond here, and the bishop and the knight would be coordinating on e4. I think I like that. I didn't see... I should have also checked what he can do. This knight, when I push this pawn, his knight can come into these squares, so it does create holes. So maybe I won't develop the bishop. Where's his bishop coming? Yeah, and also this pawn covers this square. So I guess it's nice to have these three pawns in a row like that. Okay, he didn't want me bringing my bishop out here, I guess. And so if I'm not pushing the pawn, I guess I will castle next and then bring a rook to bring more pressure on this. I could immediately bring my queen here. See how he wants to defend. Oh, it's castle though. Let's be normal. Yeah, so he puts the bishop there. It's hitting this pawn. And when I move the rook aside, he can maybe sacrifice there, but yeah, there's no knight on this side of the board, so probably not. Let's put the rook there. He can't castle right away. He's got to deal with that. Okay, and then that opens up the dark squares against his king. So, one idea. Push this pawn and then lift my queen up here. Come in on the dark squares here. Seems logical. Does it work? If I push, he takes, I take. It's attacked 3 times and only defended twice. How about I leave these pawns here? And bring my queen in slowly. Because I will be able to put my queen on this square. So if I put the queen here, his queen cannot challenge it immediately. Can't come here because of these pawns covering this area. I can maybe put my knight over here. Come on with the queen here and knight here. If I get my queen here, it immediately threatens to take this pawn because of the pin. Queen here would threaten the same thing. Okay, so now he opened up the diagonal by pushing that pawn. Oh, actually, the diagonal was already open. So I do have this move queen here with check. And that does win a bishop. Can't see any reason not to play it. Look at my opponent. He still has 10 minutes on the clock. You know, when you play a rapid game, you should really take your time. mean, that's why you chose to play rapid, I assume, so you have time to think about the moves. And he resigned. Okay, that was kind of a quick rapid game, but yeah, let's play a regular Blitz game. Okay, e4, so let's go with d4. I did e4 last time. Yeah, maybe he'll play a Nimzo or a King's Indian. Looks like a King's Indian. Maybe he'll go for a Grinfeld. He does. Oh, nice. I like playing the Grinfeld with both sides. I like playing with white, and I like playing with black. And I play this pretty much mainline. I think it's maybe a little old-fashioned at this point, but it's a mainline position. So you bring the bishop out here, so you can put the knight here, just defend the center without having it get pinned. And black's play is very simple, just going after that pressure on the center. Yeah, let's go ahead and castle. So it's 3-3 now, and a pawn, 3 pieces and a pawn. I have 3 pieces and a pawn if I bring the bishop out. That's why it's important not to let the knight get pinned. But you can block the pin like that when you develop the knight there. So yeah, this all looks like a routine. Yeah, I can just retreat my bishop here. He's got to... Oh, maybe he wants to put his bishop here, but then I will... Okay, this must be some line I'm not familiar with, because he's finding all these moves. So I can take with my knight. I think I will. He's going to have to move that bishop eventually. At the end of the day, and I will be able to take here. He has to keep taking knight. Oh, he goes there. It just retreats all the way. Okay, so what's the state? Bishop takes, bishop takes. Okay, no, it's all covered. There was no issue. So it's not a loose knight. Let's set up to trade off his dark squared bishop. When I said it's not a loose knight, I was thinking about this move here, but I don't see what it does right now. Rook here is pretty normal. Also, rook here, defending this pawn. So if he takes, and I take, and he takes, and I take, then I need to defend that square with one more piece. So let's just get the bishop out of the way. Also, the bishop is more active there. 2 attackers, 2 defenders. It's a classical Grinfeld pawn center. You have 1 extra pawn in the center, but it's a little bit fragile. This pawn is not defended by any other pawn, and yeah, there's this diagonal here. So he's solving my problems for me. Nice. So we get the rook off the diagonal, so we can push this pawn forward. Also put pressure on the b pawn there. Maybe that will come under fire. But the main thing is getting away from that bishop. I did that wrong. Yeah, the bishop is firing down the diagonal there. Big danger. Okay, so let's step aside with the queen. I want to bring a rook here. And I don't want the queen to be in the line of fire there. Although the queen was defended, I mean, at worst it would just be a queen trade. So anyway, I can play this move with tempo because I'm threatening to take that pawn, yeah, and then I can play here. That's what I wanted to accomplish. Now my idea is, push this pawn forward and bring this bishop out. Nice little battery there. And if that doesn't work, I can always park the bishop in this square. So he wants to put his rook here, huh? I'm going to allow that, yes. I'll be able to oppose rooks even if he doubles because the bishop is defending that square. So he's thinking, does he really want to put the rook there, I guess? I mean, you know, rook here and bring this rook over to double seems like a reasonable plan for black. I drop my queen here. Then when he doubles, why does he put the queen there? He puts the queen there because I can't put my bishop here. And he wants to trade. Not yet ready for a queen trade. There's life in this game still. Bishop here, I guess he just trades. Rook here prevents me from putting the bishop there. So yeah, if he lifts his rook, I'll probably oppose immediately. With the queen here, if I move my rook over, he can put his rook there or there. Don't see that as a big problem. Let's see if he wants to get a passed pawn or if he wants to develop his rook. Wanted to develop the rook. Yeah. So this pawn is backwards. Well, it could be attacked. It's not defended. Oh, no, it's defended by the queen. Never mind. I think I need to contest that file. I don't think I can just let him have it. Now I can develop a check. I can block. Wonder what kind of endgame this is. This might be a bad endgame for me. Yeah, looks like he's banking on it. But my king is a little closer to the action over here. Yeah, maybe I can pull this off. Yeah, looking good. As long as I don't let my advantage over here disappear. I will have an outside pass pawn on this side. Looks like it's winning for me. Just keep trading these pawns off as they come forward. Now I can run this one. And he resigned. All right, well, that's a good session. Played 3 games there, so I'm gonna quit while I'm ahead here. Hope you guys enjoyed it, and I'll see you next time. Bye.